Hello guys, here with a new video for the channel. I hope you like it, and if you like it, don't forget to leave your powerful like Supreme God level, comment, and subscribe. Now without further ado, get comfortable. Let's begin. The powerful Mikoshin had arrived in the multiverse of Zeno-sama, specifically to the planet of Beerus, in which both angels were attending to Kakarot, but were surprised when they realized the pressure that the beautiful angel was releasing.
Mother, what happened? As far as I know, you're the queen of the all, of Otormotorverse, so you have no jurisdiction in this multiverse.
I know, Daishinken, but we really need the Saiyan to his maximum power, and as I, the mother of the Supreme Angels, am able to get this Saiyan to fully recover. With all due respect, I understand that you may have the best intentions with Kakarot, but what if you really want to annihilate him once and for all? I understand your distrust, but right now the only thing they can do is trust me, because otherwise they won't be able to do anything to help him, because the explosion he received is from the God of Death.
God of Death? Weren't they just legends that they were about their existence? That's right, even what I said were simple rumors about the existence of the God of Death. But if Mikoshin-sama says it, it must be for something true.
Meanwhile, in the castle of the God of Death, he was drinking an elixir of soul, so that his power continues to increase constantly.
These elixirs will always be the best. I don't know how the hell they make them, but there's something that every time motivates me to keep drinking more. Oh Lord, is there anything that is offered to you, or do you want me to retire? You can retire. I really appreciate it, but it's time for me to start training, since my muscles are a little rusty. Understand, my lord, as you order.
The subordinate of the powerful God of Death would withdraw, so Lucifer, which was the name of the God of Death, would stand up. While doing, he released all his power, with which on this occasion he distorted everything around him, but did not cause any damage to the outside. To a very powerful barrier created by himself, covered the whole place, where Lucifer would begin to raise his power.
This barrier is very effective, but I have to be able to do something else, because I want to be the best warrior on the battlefield. I'm sure my brothers don't want to stay behind.
Returning to the planet of Beerus, Mikoshin, with his great power of Queen of All, as well as his celestial power, would put one of his hands on Goku's chest, so the instant he would begin to transmit a small amount of celestial energy, which, with great difficulty, was able to eliminate a few residues of that explosion, but it wasn't enough to heal Kakarot completely. Apparently even I won't be able to cure him completely.
I do not doubt the great power, but I am sure that Kakarot's able to recover himself and be at 100% of all his power.
I understand that they trust their most powerful warrior, but that's impossible, since the power he has been able to withstand is a power that no warrior should be able to achieve without taking a serious damage. At that moment, the king of the whole, Zeno-sama, had also arrived on the battlefield, so he was surprised to notice the presence of Mikoshin.
This is amazing. I never thought to see you in my multiverse.
I never thought to be in your universe, because they are only allowed low-power warriors. But this time it deserves it, because apparently without the help of this Saiyan, all of us will be puppets to that God of Death and his stupid brothers.
I understand, but what does the Saiyan have to do?
The power that he possesses at such a young age is amazing. I can't believe the power he's able to support his whole body. However, not even 5 hours had passed since the great explosion, but Kakarot's entire body would move by impulse, as well as expel an amazing power, while large amounts of blood were scattered all over the place where they were. What the hell is happening to him? With the damage he received from part of that explosion, he should at least be out of action for a millennium. Kakarot's power would continue to increase until at a certain point Kakarot created a small explosion, which was not dangerous for those present. However, from the whole sky, it would start raining blood, and instantly Kakarot would fall to the ground again out of combat, which had left everyone present baffled.
Mikoshin-sama, do you even know what happened?
In all my years of existence, I have never witnessed anything like this, and I have not the slightest idea what is happening to this Saiyan.
I'm not interested in what I have, but the only thing I wish for is my dear Kakarot to not affect in this conflict that's about to be approached.
It's a pity that Kakarot is the main one involved. He was the one who completely defied the God of Death, and if he doesn't participate, I'm sure he will erase this multiverse without giving them the opportunity to defend themselves.
I can't believe that me, being his father, I'm not able to do anything. He's just a kid. Even though he possesses great power, he has hundreds of years to live.
Mr. Beerus, I'm sure an NDA's bad will happen. The power of Kakarot is amazing. Mikoshin, while approaching again, this time she was surprised because in that blood that Kakarot had expelled, there were all the residues of the explosion. That's right, Kakarot had forced his body once again to eliminate all the damages of that explosion, which implied that his body would be able to recover 100%. Mikoshin, with his great power, would begin to feel all over Kakarot's body, realizing that every vein of energy were completely empty. However, he did not possess any residue from the power of the God of Death. I couldn't believe what Beerus had said, that you'd be able to heal on your own, but you have to be able to shut me up. Since you have succeeded, I trust you, Kakarot. Mikoshin, before leaving for his multiverse, would likewise grant him a little of his celestial energy so that he'd be able to completely master it. If that warrior was able to possess all that power with the simple power of the blood of Beerus, I can't imagine if he's able to master the celestial energy. I'm sure we would finish with the God of Death. Meanwhile, and all the other kings of the whole were debating about what happened, since among the 8 kings, there were only 6 left, since one of them was Zeno-sama and the other Mikoshin.
I don't know what to do, since I really don't know who the puppet of those guys are anymore. But if this plan fails, we'll all die no matter what we do.
But if there are risks, we must take them. I want to ally with Zeno-sama's multiverse, but there's still time, so we can analyze our possibilities well.
Archon is right on that point, because if we make a hasty decision, we could get into big trouble, so it will be better to wait.
Mayuki's right. In such a case, we'll meet in 2 centuries to discuss all this.
All the kings at all would leave for their respective multiverses and palaces, return to the planet of Beerus. 6 months had already passed in which Kakarot was still unconscious, but his vital energy was stable. Meanwhile, throughout the universe, the Emperor of Evil, Frieza, along with his father in this time that had elapsed, they would be able to adopt new powers. So they were confident of defeating the Saiyan, which was able to sweep the floor with the Emperor of Evil, Frieza.
That monkey, I already want to find you and end your pathetic life. Not before returning the humiliation I received on that planet.
But Frieza, how do we start with the God of Destruction?
Are you sure, Father? It is said that Beerus, the God of Destruction, has no limits on his powers, and if we're really not able to face him, I'm sure he'll be able to end our lives.
No, Frieza, we are always considered one prodigy warriors. It's time to take ownership of this whole universe.
This was how father and son had left for the planet of Beerus. However, although both warriors had achieved amazing powers, it wasn't enough because on this occasion, the power of Beerus had also increased in an incredible way. So to spend a few days in which the family of evil had arrived to the territory of the God of Destruction, Beerus, together with Whis, stood in front of both.
I don't know how I've been able to get to my planet, but I'll give them a chance to leave, since I'm in a really lousy mood.
No, Beerus, we have to always be like your shadow. Being your simple pawns, your slaves, that will end today, as we will end your pathetic life.
However, before King Cold is able to make a move, Beerus had held him by the head, dragging him all over the planet so he'd be able to create a great destruction all over the place.
I don't have time to waste it with you. Destruction!
The power of destruction would become present, so at the moment, King Cold's entire body had been completely pulverized. Frieza would begin to panic completely. However, despite the terror he felt when he was in front of Beerus, the Emperor of Evil, Frieza, would begin to access his last form. Frieza's power was amazing, with which he was even able to get hundreds of planets throughout Universe 7 to be destroyed by his excess energy.
You're much more powerful than your father, but even if you are stronger, that'll not be enough for you to be able to face me.
Both warriors began to exchange hundreds of blows all over the place. Meanwhile, Kakarot was still out of combat, but despite doing absolutely nothing, Kakarot, in his mind, would still start training. I've been able to create this mental space, as otherwise I would have been able to do anything, and I have to train in all this time that I'll be out of combat. This is how Kakarot, despite still being out of combat in his mind, he was still following a rigorous training, with which he had planned to overcome even the power of the King of the Whole. Meanwhile, in the Mikoshin multiverse, a great pressure was felt all over the air. That's right, the pressure of the powerful Queen of the Whole, Nin, who would reach the Mikoshin multiverse.
It's a surprise. To what do I owe this honor? Mikoshin, we were best friends millions of years ago, and we were both recruited to be queens of everything. So I'll ask you without hesitation, do you think that Saiyan is capable of defeating the God of Death?
Nin, I'm sick of being a puppet of him. He's even abused hundreds of goddesses just for his position as God of Death. And I'm sure Kakarot's power is capable of this and more.
It's okay, Mikoshin. There are 4 All-Kings on my side. Among all of them, we are the 6 All-Kings. Only the 2 most powerful ones remain.
Don't worry about that. They are not the most powerful since I have never shown all my power, since I have never had the need to do it. But this time I'll even defeat them if the situation warrants it.
Don't say stupid things, Mikoshin, because in all the battles they've had, you've never been able to beat him. But I'm counting on you, Mikoshin.
Nin would disappear from the Mikoshin multiverse, while the powerful Queen Mikoshin would stand up and a big smile would be drawn on her face. So they are known as the 2 most powerful gods. And who decided it? They have never fought against me, and to their bad luck, they will not be able to do anything against me. Mikoshin, with an overwhelming speed, would begin to move throughout the multiverse, being able to reach where the second most powerful king, which his name was Archon.
But if you're Mikoshin, what do you want?
Today I want you to join my cause, and if I have to defeat you, I will.
What stupid things are you saying? I don't see myself losing to you. But it's okay, I'll accept your challenge.
At the moment of Archon finishing saying his answer, Mikoshin, with a certain blow on his face, was able to send him to sit on the surface of the planet. But a disaster would be created all over the outside. That's right, the power that Mikoshin had considered was his fist was amazing. You've always taken this battle seriously, since I'm not going to let myself be defeated like I've always done. A little stunned, Archon would stand up so he would instantly begin to expel a surprising power to face the Queen of all, Mikoshin.
What will happen next? Find out in the next chapter. Well guys, this is all for today's chapter. I hope you liked it and it was to your liking. Now don't forget to leave your powerful like Supreme God level, comment and subscribe. Now without further ado, see you in a new video. Until next time.
Psycho.